Today's episode of I'm Uncomfortable is sponsored by my love for Leah. She's beautiful. She's hilarious. She's the friend that I straight up forgot about last podcast. Leah's always there when you need her and is currently enjoying this elevator ride. She's not too uptight to laugh at herself, but don't get too fucking buck wild. She will burn your house to the ground. That's at Leah Elpis on Twitter. Leah.
I'm comfortable with that, but I'm uncomfortable with our podcast because it's the I'm Uncomfortable podcast here on NPR. We're just going to ask each other questions, the would you rathers, the truths, the lies, no dares, because that would require getting up. We're gonna learn about ourselves, or are we? Who's to say?
It's a real wait and see, but Sajak's got a drink. I took an edible about half an hour ago, so we should just be almost there. And we're going to have some fun. See if we can embarrass each other or just, make you guys laugh. That's the goal today. Because last week was kind of heavy, so now we just want to fuck around.
Exactly. Because we're not here to be heavy. We're here to be light. Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Very, very astute, me. I nailed that one.
So before we get into the real meat of potatoes, I want to ask, how does it feel to not only be doing Vlogmas, but also killing it?
Well, thank you for the moment to shine. I am doing Vlogmas over on my channel. And it feels really good because I honestly, back to my roots of just being a complete asshole on the internet and in life. It's fun. It's also a nice reminder that I have not yet done today's Vlogmas at all. But you win some, you lose some,
Also, that's also kind of on brand.
I guess so. I was about 20 minutes late to this session in particular, so,
Yeah, but to be fair, I fucked up our normal session, so we're going to let that slide.
Yeah, you screamed a lot.
So we're redoing this again because the first time we did this, we got very intoxicated. Naily, possibly more so than Sajak. And
Definitely.
Yeah, and the podcast, it was really fun, but it more or less boiled down to me screaming into the microphone unintelligibly for 3.5 hours.
That'll be that's like our lost levels. That's our that'll be you uncover it one day.
Yeah.
There were some hot topics.
There was some hot topics.
I don't even remember half of them, to be completely honest with you, because it was literally 3.5 hours.
It was a lot.
It really
literally and mentally.
Yeah, I ate half a box of taquitos after that, and I had to pass out. I was like, I gotta go. This is enough. It was 1:00 in the morning. I can't anymore. My brain's all shot.
Yeah, so you have that to look forward to when you sign up for our Patreon.
That's right, our ever-evolving Patreon.
I know, my gosh.
I feel like we should take the first step and make it actually evolve into a real Patreon.
Me too. I think we could put some funny shit on there. I think people would pay $1 or $2 a month for that. I would.
Yeah, right? Leave a comment down below. Would you pay $1? Would you pay $1 for all this extra sweet content? Literally anything we've mentioned in any of the podcasts that have come out so far, it's all going on Patreon.
If you have ever wondered if your favorite creator at Fat Sajak on YouTube would fuck a zombie or give birth to a zombie, you can check out our Patreon.
That's right. For all our feelings about John Mayer, there you go.
We had a lot of feelings about John Mayer.
Patreon exclusive, surprising.
Exclusive.
This isn't Funny or Die. Stop it. Just stop it.
Okay. Hey, what would your drag name be?
Oh God. is my name not already adequate? I feel like my name is already adequate.
Oh my god, wait, no, you're absolutely right. Fat Sajak is a fucking amazing drag.
I would just change I'd change the fat to like PH, and there we go. I'm all set.
Oh my god, I feel so stupid because earlier I was like, what would my drag name be? And I came up with a really good one that I wanted to share, and I was like, oh, I'll like weasel that in if I ask her what hers would be. Without realizing that you already have the perfect fucking drag name.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. What's yours?
Oh my gosh. Sarah Tonin.
Love that. Love that.
And I'd only dress in like 80s workout gear, so it's also like toning.
Oh, I love it. That's so well thought out. Love that.
Oh, I loved it.
I want to dress like I want to get whoever does Pat Sajak's makeup. I want them to do my makeup because he's like 1,000 and he looks great. And I feel like they would go well in the capabilities of drag makeup. But I want Vanna's wardrobe.
Oh, 1 year for Halloween, you should dress up as Pat Sajak and have like a friend of yours or something be Vanna. That would be so cute.
Vegas.
Oh my god, Vegas. For sure.
Ooh, cracking open a cold one with the boys, huh?
It's a Diet Pepsi. Woo!
Getting crazy.
It's yeah, I did have the edible, and I think that's why, like, I feel like I sound very chill right now, so I feel like it's starting to come. But yeah, this is only my 17th Diet Pepsi today.
Ooh, very good.
So
way to limit yourself.
Good.
That's great.
Yeah, it's super weird. I'm always thirsty and I drink so much, but it's
just constantly trying to hydrate.
I'm just never replenished for some reason.
It's almost like aspartame doesn't do it, you know? Science.
Okay, but like here's the thing about aspartame, right? Like my like preference for Diet Pepsi is nothing about like my diet. Like that's not the point. Like my favorite is regular Coke. But one day I woke up and smelled a regular Coke and got the worst heartburn of my entire life and have continued to do so every time I take a fucking sip of it. And I hate regular Pepsi, but there's just something about the taste of Diet Pepsi. Like, oh my, I love it so much. I don't know. I don't taste the aspartame. Whatever's in it. Like I don't taste it, but it's only this one. It's just Diet Pepsi.
That's wild. I grew up in like a Pepsi like family. Like everybody had Pepsi. It was always Pepsi products. And now as an adult, like I didn't drink soda for like probably like 5 or 6 years at all. And I had a Pepsi, like a regular Pepsi one day, and it was just like my body rejected it. It was just like, no bitch, whatever they put in Pepsi, it's not for you. And I was like, okay. So I switched to Coke because like when I used to drink diet soda, I drank Coke Zero, I think.
Yeah.
I like Diet
Coke Zero is not bad.
I like Diet Coke. I don't like Diet Pepsi. It's always been too sweet for me. But I like Diet Coke.
I think that's the thing is because Diet Coke is a little more, not like bitter, but like a little more, I guess, robust. And Diet Pepsi is like very sweet.
It's
like,
very sweet,
I can understand how it could become like if you're someone who wants to like watch your weight or whatever, and that's why you're drinking it. I can understand how it could get addictive because it like tastes like it's not, diet, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You can't use a Diet Pepsi to like cut the sweet of a dessert the way you can with a Diet Coke. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. But oh fuck, I miss Coke so much. I love it.
I love it.
My dad, I had an older father. He was when they got me, they were in their like I believe mid to late 40s.
I like the way you phrase that. I like the way you phrase that. Like when they got me, like you're a puppy.
Oh, I'm adopted.
No, I know that, but it was just the way you said, well, when they got me, when they picked me out at the store.
I know
It's
that
sweet.
you know that, but maybe not everyone listening knows that,
Well,
and
that's
it
also-
sounds weird.
Well, that's why I also wanted to point it out so that you could clarify that they didn't like traffic you, that you were also
Yes,
adopted.
I'm adopted. I am a prom night dumpster baby. Thank you. And so my dad was like very old school. Like we had many hot rods growing up, and we just listened to like the blues and jazz all the time. And everything was vintage. So like we always had. He loved pop or soda, whatever. And
You guys call it pop where you are?
Yes, pop.
Yeah, so do we. I mean, I don't. I call it soda
really?
because
Oh.
I rally against the pop, but I accept it because it's like part of whatever you would call my heritage, my Midwestern heritage. It's to call it pop.
Pop.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But he loved Coke, and we had like glass bottle Coke. Just lining the walls of our garage because we drank so much of it. So he's what started my insane addiction. And but I grew up drinking the fancy Mexican Coke. And then one day I had a Coke, and I got the worst heartburn of my life. And every single time after that, I've gotten heartburn.
So the Coke that turned you from the good side to the bad side, was it a regular, like, American Coke from a can kind of thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe it's because your body was so accustomed to the real sugar
the
soda you drink.
In life.
Yeah. From all of your fancyhood of your fancy sodas.
My fancy soda pops. I tried to sound fancy, but then like a weird accent came out.
You're canceled.
I apologize for that. That was unintentional.
It was almost Borat. I kind of liked it. This is my fancy soda.
Okay, we've been talking about pop for like 10 minutes.
So what?
Who is your most controversial fave? Like someone that you can't help but like, even though it makes you feel kind of icky.
John Mayer.
Oh, fuck. Okay, no. Say besides John Mayer, because we just talked about that.
Okay, here's one. It doesn't hold anymore, but it did for a while. This is a weird one, okay? For me, even, this is weird. So, y'all remember 9/11, right? No, that's a really terrible way to start that. But anyhow,
we're familiar. Thank you, everybody. This has been I'm Uncomfortable.
We'll cancel ourselves and see ourselves out. Thank you. No, the only reason I say that is because in the era of the immediate post 9/11 world, it was like my first exposure to politics, really.
Right.
And sort of like what's going on not only here, but like in other places. Because in America, we are very, 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 very like homeland centric educated, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't know.
Right.
And I mean, we barely know things about our own country. Like slavery. They're like, oh, hey, did you know that Black people, you were slaves for just like 5 minutes. And then also like Harriet Tubman did a thing. And then Rosa Parks, something about a bus. Okay, great. So you know all of Black history. Thank you. Like that's how they teach history to us. So we're very, very, very tunnel vision about like other places. But I developed a very strong fascination with British politics. And every Sunday night, I would watch Prime Minister's Questions on C-SPAN. Because I developed a weird affection for war criminal Tony Blair. That's the weirdest one of my life. I wasn't like in love with him. I just like had a fascination with him, and I have no idea why. Problematic. Not anymore, by the way. This is a brief moment in my life. that has since passed.
You went from John Mayer to British Prime Minister Tony Blair?
Listen.
The jump you made?
That's the jump I made. That is the jump I made. That is the jump.
He was a war criminal, but whatever.
But, like, he was my favorite. You should have seen him take on the floor of Parliament. Like, he was just, like, owning it.
I really liked his moxie.
He was really good. I really, really, really enjoyed watching him yell at the other MPs. It was really exciting. But, you know.
Oh, my God.
How about you? I hope you have one just as weird.
I would also say John Mayer, but again, we just talked about that. I mean, they didn't.
I would also say Tony Blair. I would have to say Tony Blair. Relatable.
There are some no, because like even I wouldn't support them.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why I think I made that jump, because I'm like, if I knew they were a piece of shit, I would stop supporting them.
Oh, you know who it is? Oh my God.
Is it Kevin Spacey?
No, but when I tell you that broke my fucking heart into a million pieces, it broke my fucking heart into a million pieces.
Me too.
I loved Kevin Spacey so much. He's in like several of my favorite movies of all time. Like
K-Pax? Is it K-Pax? Tell me it's K-Pax.
It is not. It's not K-Pax.
Could it be K-Pax?
It's Baby Hot Dog Driver. Just relax. Anyways.
Link down below for those who've never seen Baby Hot Dog Driver.
I actually have one that's like, I feel like maybe a lot of people will relate to, because it's a little more relatable than, say, like Tony Blair. Mm-hmm. Anyways, mine is like low key, like Jaclyn Hill.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so like I used to really, really love Jaclyn Hill. Like I just liked her personality. I liked her vibe. I thought her videos were great. She's just she's very likable and endearing to me. So I really enjoyed her, and I would never support her, but I was real fucking excited the other day when her holiday favorites video came out. You know, it's like that thing that's just like, oh, I don't want to watch it, but like I really do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I was reminded when you just made fun of me about Tony Blair. Did you ever see there was like a meme. It was like a few years ago, but it was like, I never feel like it's Christmas until I get the annual Christmas card of Tony Blair being held back from fighting somebody with his wife next to him. It's fucking hysterical. It is so fucking funny because he just like looks like he's ready to, I don't know, he looks like a robot ready to fight. And she just always looks uncomfortable.
See, this is the kind of stuff that we could post to our Patreon.
On our Patreon. Tony Blair memes. Here, wait, I'm going to send it to you just so that you have it. Because it's hysterical.
You know what my favorite Christmas meme ever is? Have you ever seen Kiefer fucking drunk off all holy ass hell? Just fucking, he calls himself a pirate and then just pile drives into a Christmas tree?
No.
It's my favorite thing. I'm going to send it to you.
I love this whole podcast. I'm just going to send that to you. I'm going to send that to you. Hang on, I'm going to send that to you.
Well, it's your turn to ask me a question.
Okay. What's like one of the most uncomfortable scenarios you can remember in your entire life? Like with you and another person, or just like with you and a stranger, or like anything. Again, nothing with like imminent danger. Like a
okay, so like nothing heavy.
No, like not the time you're almost murdered on the train or anything. Yeah, like that. Just like something
Oh man, like I'm such a naturally just like anxious, uncomfortable, like everything gives me like secondhand embarrassment or makes me uncomfortable. I'm trying to think of like a really good one. the cringiest, like the most I've ever wanted to like leave my body and not exist was I was in a group chat with, oh no, it wasn't a group chat. It was on Facebook. Right. Okay. So a friend of mine, had a daughter who was very sick, and she ended up having to have like a lot of surgeries, and she has a lot of health issues. And when she was going in for a second heart surgery, and my girlfriend just posted a little update about it on Facebook. And then she came down to the comments, and we started talking back and forth publicly. And she was just like, yeah, no, I think she'll be able to come. I think she'll be able to go home in a couple days. And I typed, I hope she does, but it auto-corrected to dies.
No.
And then I just left. Then I just closed Facebook.
Oh my God. No.
And the next time I went on to Facebook, I had some notifications.
Oh my God.
And I wanted to die. Like, I felt so horrible. Even though people like immediately jumped in and was like, it was obviously autocorrect, they're best friends, like, relax. It was still like mortifying, and just like her like going and opening her phone and just seeing that, like, and not like thinking about it. Just
that just gave me like a visceral reaction. Like that.
I know.
That's horrible.
I know. It was the worst.
Oh my God. That's terrible. That's uncomfortable. Oh my God. That is.
What about you?
Oh, that was so uncomfortable. I literally forgot mine.
Yeah.
I had come up with it while you were talking, and I literally forgot it because it was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was literally a baby getting heart surgery. Like, it could not get any worse.
Oh God.
She's fine though, by the way. She's cool.
Good.
She's awesome.
Oh my God. I know one time I was blackout drunk when I lived in New York City. Mm-hmm. And I got pissed off at one of my friends, and I like just left. And I was mad. And I was like that mad where you're like crying. You're like, nobody's listening to me anyway. Like, you're just pissed off because you're just so drunk.
Yeah.
You're not really to be angry about. You're just pissed. So I stormed off, and I was just like, it's like 3:00 in the morning. And I'm like, I'm going to go sit by the Hirschfeld and wait for rush tickets for this whatever show is playing. At 3 a.m. I'm hammer drunk, sitting outside the Al Hirschfeld Theater. I am sitting outside the theater, just sitting there, just by myself, just sitting there. And I come to at one point, and there's just like a big, giant guy with his dick out next to me. And I'm just like, I looked at his dick, and then I looked up at him, and I screamed at him, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I got up, and I fucking left. And then I was so pissed off. I was just mad about the dick. And then I called my friends, and I was like, where the fuck are you? I just saw some guy's dick at the Hirschfeld. And then they were like, you should probably go home. You're really drunk. And also, I have no idea where you are now. So I just went home. And that was the day I stopped drinking Rumpelmans.
I can't fucking breathe.
And I like the best part is like my response to that happening, because I was just mad, and I stormed off like a Karen. I stormed off like a Karen, like that was like got told off by customer service. I was just like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I was just sitting there like waiting for tickets, and this motherfucker comes up and shows me his dick. Are you kidding me? Like I was saying this, walking by myself at like 3:30, 4:00 in the morning in fucking Midtown. Like, what the fuck? Who let me out?
I think I pulled an ab muscle.
Oh, and I just thought of the other one now, too.
Well, you obviously have to share that one.
Okay. Mom, if you're listening, stop now because I don't want you to remember this. So it's about 10, 11 years ago, and I'm dating a guy at the time. Let's call him Kevin because that's his name. And Kevin is the love of my life. I'm in love with Kevin. We are kismet. My birthday is 1/11. His birthday is 11/1. We were like meant to be together. We were together for about 2.5 years. I love Kevin. So one time, Kevin and I were having sex. And,
Sacre bleu.
yeah, I know. We weren't even married. It's crazy. So we had sex. We do all the sexy things that people do when they have sex. Not realizing, or not remembering, actually, Kevin had a cold sore, and I forgot. And we were like both kind of freaking out about it. Now, I'm happy to say I don't have any herpes. We're cool. But while I was looking at things and reading about it, I was sending a text to Kevin like, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think I have herpes. And then I looked at who I sent that to, and it was my mom.
Oh.
And she was like, oh, what? And I was like, huh? Nothing. It was a joke. It was just a joke. It was an inside joke between me. Don't worry about it.
No.
And that I literally was like, yeah, I could just rip all my skin off and just run away. That's just fine. Just give me herpes at this point. I don't care. So that was both of those times. I'm comfy.
I have one. Are you mutuals with anyone that you secretly hate?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
I'm mutuals with people that I not so secretly hate. Some of them are my family, actually. So, and on our Patreon, I'll list them all off by name.
Yeah.
Birth. I'll have to give you all their birth charts. Did you send me a GIF?
I did. You wanted to see it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's amazing.
When he turns to the camera, he's saying, I'm a pirate.
Fucking Kiefer. I don't know who's better, Kiefer Sutherland or Kiefer from Teen Mom. It's hard to tell.
All right, I hear you off with Kiefer.
Kiefer.
Oh, I can't do an accent.
Well, Janelle, I've seen you with Kiefer. I fucking love Teen Mom. It's the only reality show. It's literally the only reality show I've ever been interested in. I really couldn't care less about any other reality show.
Is it because you see yourself in Janelle?
God, no. God, no. And if I ever start to, gouge my eyes out with shrimp forks because it's over for me. Yeah,
I wish I was Farrah. I want to know what that woman's life is like.
I don't. It's scary.
I want to.
Have you seen her lately?
Yeah, I have seen her, yes.
Holy shit. And her mom, oh my God, her mom makes the best YouTube content of all time.
Her mom
Deb's
is
OG.
fucking crazy.
Nuts. And it's fucking phenomenal. It's just fantastic. There's something so scary and wonderfully entertaining about her and her husband and Farrah and that poor girl, Sophia. There's just so much going on there. Yo, Sophia's screwed. That poor kid. But I love Teen Mom. Specifically Teen Mom 2. Not anymore. It's really boring now. It just needs to be canceled, but because they're not teens. They're all 30.
Okay, I have another one. Befriend, marry, kick. Shane Dawson, David Dobrik, Gabby Hanna. So like the problematic YouTuber edition.
I'd marry David Dobrik. I would
Explain.
I don't really, I mean, I don't know. Again, he's got a lot of money, and that's fine. And I'm not going to be in your vlogs, though. You know,
Okay.
that's going to be in our prenup. You can take all your money with you. Just keep me out of your vlogs. I would, I guess, befriend Gabby Hanna, because she's probably not terrible all the time. She used to be fun, so I assume there's some of that left. I don't need to hang around her all the time, so that's fine. And maybe I could have that painting with the bunny, pulling the other bunny out of the hat, and then I would just kick the shit out.
Enjoy that painting.
I do. And then I would kick the shit out of Shane Dawson. Just like repeatedly.
Just kick him right in the butt.
Just like square in the pig shirt.
Oh, I'm so tired of that fucking pig shirt.
I know. It's like, put clothes on. Okay, here's the thing. I don't want to shame anybody for because I get it. Like, when you have things like depression, it's really easy to fall in the patterns of just not really taking care of yourself in certain ways. And I get that. But
also, I have a hoodie and a pair of leggings I wear whenever I am depressed, and it is literally dubbed my depression uniform. So,
fair. Yeah, totally fair. You know, and I get, even from a standpoint of just not taking a shower, or even people it's a struggle to brush your teeth. I get it, I really do. But there's no the juxtaposition between Ryland's overt cleanliness and the care he puts into himself, and Shane's just whatever the opposite of that is. It's just
Shane's
so jarring.
Shane's whole bag is just trying to appear relatable.
Right.
He, repeats the same outfit like me every day. And he doesn't always look, his best. Right. And he sometimes doesn't, yeah.
Oh, he pees in bottles at his bedside. Yeah. Just like me. Celebrities.
Yeah. Relatable. Just like us.
Yeah. Super relatable. I've got a whole collection of piss bottles.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to pee in a bottle? Has it ever come to that at any point in your life?
I feel like it probably has, but I don't recall any specific times. I mean, going to the doctor all the time, when you're pregnant, that's close enough. Peeing in a cup. God. Peeing in a cup as a woman is a challenge in and of itself. Unless I'm just incapable.
I don't care how tiny and petite and lovely and whatever your little vagina is. You ever try to pee into a cup when you're pregnant, you're getting about 1 centimeter of pee in that cup, and the rest is wrist deep.
Right? And they're can you fill up a cup and a half worth of urine? And it's no,
God,
I can't. Are you gonna hold it for me? Because no, I can't.
Wait, did you ever have to get, I forget what it's specifically for, but it's the ultrasound where you have to drink a bunch of water beforehand so your bladder is full when they do the ultrasound?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So I would, water goes through me like nothing else. So I, drank. It's drink.
Your body is unfamiliar. It's this isn't Diet Pepsi. Get this out of here. Make room for more Pepsi.
Well, yeah, that's so fucking true. Anyways, but so I would drink the amount they would tell you to, drink 1.5 liters and then come to the hospital. So by the time I was at the hospital, I was almost in tears, having to go to the bathroom.
I was sure I was going to pee everywhere.
Absolutely. And you're just crying. It hurts so bad. And they because you have to wait in the waiting room too. They don't just usher you right in.
Oh yeah. And it's always the busiest day in the fucking office.
I remember those motherfuckers brought me in there. Again, I was about to just explode. They got me on the bed. They, pushed down on my tummy, all that fun ultrasound stuff, decided my bladder was too full and asked me to go and just pee out a little bit and come back.
No. What the fuck?
It was harder than delivering the baby.
Oh my God. Oh, gotta put in that all that muscle work. Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Like
God,
I can feel
those ultrasounds.
I can feel that feeling. Well, I had because I had twins. Like I had an ultrasound at every appointment. Like I was just constantly getting ultrasounds, and I didn't realize that wasn't normal until like a month after I had my kids. And they're like, "Yeah, I get like 2 ultrasound pictures through the whole pregnancy." I was like, "Oh, cool! I got one like literally every few weeks." Like it's just me looking at my babies all the time.
Yeah, no, I really got off scot-free and lucky with all of that stuff because I didn't know that I was pregnant until I was 6 months pregnant.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, like people always thought that I was like bullshitting or like, that I just wasn't like acknowledging it, but like I really was like, I was a size 2, like my tummy was flat as a board. I got no cravings. I had no symptoms. I wasn't nauseous. No swelling, nothing. I like, there was nothing. And actually, no, sorry. There was one thing, but I didn't realize it was a pregnancy symptom until after I had him. But one day I was just in the bathroom and I got a random nosebleed. And like, I've never had just a nosebleed in my life, instead of being hit in the nose. And I was just like, what the hell? And I didn't think anything of it. And then I found out later that it's a pregnancy symptom.
Interesting.
But yeah, I literally went to the doctor when I felt something moving inside of me. Oh. And then I went to the doctor and she like knows my history. I was never supposed to have a child or be able to have a child. And then I lost an ovary and PCOS and endometriosis. Like my child is a little miracle. That's crazy. And I went in there and like, she was like, you're not pregnant. Like there's something going on. She gave me a pregnancy test and she's like, all right, let's go in here. And we went in and we did the ultrasound and she's like, yeah, you're not just pregnant. You're 6 months pregnant. And and then it was so weird because the second we found out, it was almost like in the span of the next month, I went from nothing to like huge.
Huh.
Yeah, it was fucking wild.
That's crazy. You should write a book. Write a book about it. That's crazy as hell. Because like I knew like before I even took a test, like I was like my period was like on time every goddamn month since the year I was 11 or whatever, whenever I got my period. And I've never been late. It's just never happened. And I was one day late and I took a pregnancy test and it was like immediate. It was like, hey bitch, you're pregnant as fuck. Like that line wasted no time. It was like, I'm here. Yeah, you're pregnant. And that was wild. And I had to wait I want to say I had to wait. I found out, took my test like July 12th. And then like I didn't see the doctor until like the end of August. And like, and they brought me in and they were like, I still had like doubts in my mind. I'm like, there's no way I'm actually pregnant. Cause I like genuinely thought I was infertile. Like I didn't have any reason to believe this, but I had this like inkling, there's, oops and accidents and whatever. And I was like, whatever. I've probably done enough damage to my body in my life. I'm not going to have a baby. Just, being realistic. I've lived hard. And, so I was like, I was already like, I'm nervous. Like, I don't think I'm actually pregnant. What if these people think I'm crazy? And the doctor was like, oh, you're nervous? I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right, well, let's do your ultrasound first. And maybe that'll like, will calm your nerves. And I was like, okay. She brings me into the back and ultrasound tech is just like, she's got like the thing on my belly. And she's like, huh. And I was like, what? She's like, a minute. And I'm like, what? Like you're looking at what could be my unborn child. Like what? She's like, she calls the other lady over and she's like, hey, Nancy, come over here.
Oh, no.
And Nancy's like, oh. I'm like, what? Like, can you tell me what the deal is? She's like, okay, well, just wondering, do twins run in your family? Because you're having them. And I'm like, I literally sat up and I was like, holy shit, are you kidding me? I was like, just floored. Like, and I should have expected it because, like, they do run in my family hugely.
Oh, no.
Like, of course I would have fucking twins. But yeah, so that was how I found out that. And then I just ate a lot of chili cheese fries until I ended up with gestational diabetes. So I had a really rough pregnancy. I had a lot of symptoms. I didn't have any morning sickness though, which is rare for a twin.
Oh, that's good because you hate puking.
I do hate puking.
Oh,
it makes me.
Sorry, guys. I learned that about Sajak last podcast that you weren't hearing. So
You can hear the exclusive clip on our Patreon. Yeah, I have a very sensitive to like other people's vomit. Oh, mostly hearing it and like smelling it and like being near it and like it existing and like the person vomiting and like the word vomit and like just all of it. Yeah, just like the prospect of it. It's just, I'm just like a little sensitive to it.
Okay. Who's a creator that's universally liked that you can't stand?
Oh God. Anybody that I like vehemently do not like, it's usually people that are really not well liked. Like I don't otherwise I just don't watch and I don't really care. Which is a dumb thing for somebody who does commentary. But like cuz like I don't dislike PewDiePie, but like I don't get it. Like it's his content isn't for me. I'm not a fan. You know, and I know he's aside from his, you know, the scandals he's been in, but like I don't get that like at all.
Yeah, he's pretty universally beloved, I would say.
I would say so, yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Or like that Ryan kid.
Oh, the toy kid.
Yeah, Ryan's World. His mom is so goddamn annoying. But I feel like that's the consensus. She's so obnoxious. She is so annoying. Oh my God. Like, I get it, woman, get your money. But like, oh my God. Every time Ryan's World ends up on one of my kids' iPads, I'm like, fuck this. I gotta leave. Oh man, Ryan's World's broken. We gotta put something else on. Here's Jeffree Star. It's gotta be better.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that you're in that phase of toddler. I hated that shit. The worst was the egg ones where they have to open the eggs or they're just opening packages and like, oh, what's inside? Like they will watch someone open a toy forever, like sitting next to that toy.
Well, I mean, are we really any different? I mean, we watch people like fucking, you know, they do like grocery hauls and makeup hauls and shit like that. And it's like, it's kind of the same thing.
It's so funny that you say that because I was talking to Derek about that like last night and he was like, you realize that all this December, all you've been watching is girls open advent calendars, right? How is that any different?
It's true. It's that like voyeuristic, aspirational, like kind of thing. Which I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't because I don't watch those videos.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah, that makes good sense.
Yeah.
Oh, we also found out on the last time that Derek is a Taylor Swift stan.
He is. He loves her. In fact, I'll insert his not so heinous clip here.
Well, I think she just has some very good, unique music. Her songs, actually, we decided together that the term that we would describe her songs as is very punchy.
Yes, very punchy.
And I think that she's honestly one of today's only modern day rock stars.
Oh.
She's talented. She sings. She plays her own music. She writes her own music. And everything has a legit story.
And we're back.
I feel like I've learned so much. And yet nothing at all. All at the same time.
Yeah, he loves him some Tay-Tay.
Good for him.
Oh, okay. what video of yours are you upset didn't get more attention?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mm.
Let me actually like look at them for reference, because I feel like I probably have a very specific answer. Because like there's some that I put like blood, sweat, and tears into where I'm just like, it sucks, this isn't doing well. But like, to be fair, I know that if I upload a Q&A, if I upload something off the beaten path of like commentary, like internet commentary, I already know that it's not going to do like amazingly.
Right.
Well, I would say my answer is twofold, because one of them was a commentary video, and that was about, and not that it was groundbreaking, but it was about Jenna Marbles and Julian Solomita getting engaged.
Oh,
and
right.
then I think the other one would be like the more recent, like my Jumanji video, only because it took me like a day and a half to edit it.
You worked on that so hard. Yeah.
Holy shit. It was so much editing. So
I loved it.
I loved it too. I you know, honestly, for me, like it's fine. Like I don't, once it's out, like I really don't think about it. Like I forget that I made it. You know, it's like, oh yeah, here.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not, I don't focus on numbers because it'll drive you nuts.
There are always some things that you do and you're like just so super proud of, and like no one seems to care, and you're just like, please care more. Just for my soul.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like I know what my audience like watches. Like I know if I'm putting out, you know, X video, I know it's going to do well. If still to this day, if I put a video out with Gabby Hanna in the title, it's going to do well, and I know that. But like, I also want to do things that I just enjoy doing.
You got to do you.
Absolutely. If it does well, great. If it doesn't do well, great. Whatever. At least I did it. I had fun. I'm proud of my work. I'm cool. It's, you know.
Also, for all those people in your audience who aren't a fan of like that kind of thing, will come people who are interested because of that kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
so, you know, people will come and go, and that's
absolutely. Yeah. Well, the encouraging thing too is like those videos, they have great feedback. You know, even though they don't get the views, the feedback on them is always really good. And I like that. I think that's, for me, a better gauge of like, okay, people do want to see more of this. Maybe less people want to see more of this, but like, you know, if I can continue to mix it up, then I will.
And on that note, say 3 nice things about Jimmy Snow.
So he's an atheist.
Is that a nice thing? Or is that just a fact? He has ears.
It's a nice fact. I don't have nice things to say about Jimmy Snow.
He has a nice speaking voice. It's very like chill.
But it's also really arrogant. And it's like, for me, it's like the arrogance sort of washes over the cadence. Like it's
the tone of his voice isn't the best, but he has a nice speaking voice. I like to.
He's got a nice setup. He's got a nice setup visually. That's nice.
He's just got to unplug the subwoofers.
He's really engaged with his following.
Yeah.
Question mark. And I tap out there.
Oh, that was shade dressed up like a compliment.
Yes, it was. What was your most wanted toy? Well, this doesn't count for you.
Why?
I was going to ask you, what was your most wanted toy for Christmas as a small kid? But like you just had it all anyway. The young girl who had it all. I'm just kidding.
First of all, that's not true. My parents, I was adopted into like a wealthy family, but like my parents were very like hardworking, like have like worked for everything their whole lives. And like I wasn't spoiled. I certainly didn't go without anything, but like, yeah, there were plenty of times like we got a computer like way, way later than everyone else. I wasn't allowed to have a cell phone until I was 16. My dad didn't help me get a car until I was 19, until he thought that I was a good enough driver. And like, yeah. So like, yeah, there were plenty of times where I like asked for something and I didn't get it. My mom wouldn't let me have an easy bake oven because she thought it would be dangerous.
That's fair. Light bulbs are scary.
Yeah, I did. Like, I don't think either one of us realized it was powered by a light bulb at that time, but like, she just knew. She's like, I'm not giving this to you. You're going to burn the house down. And so I asked for one every year for so many years, and she like refused.
Aww. I had one.
But like, oh wow, look at you.
I never use it though. My mom and I have a running gag about how she used to, like, because I was an only child, so like my mom used to buy me like a bunch of like games and stuff, and I was like, who the fuck am I gonna play with this with? It's just me. Yeah. I had an easy bake oven. I'm like, I don't want any of this shit. I could cook it, I guess, but like, that's like gelatin in a pack. Like, that's not a brownie. I'm just gonna make a brownie. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna put brownies in the fucking real oven. Like, what the fuck, Mom?
I just picture you at like, I don't know, 11 years old, like baking weed brownies or something egregious to sell to the neighbors.
Stealing my mom's Newports. Just like, fuck you guys. Christmas, it's on.
Exactly.
I'm so glad we all quit smoking, even though if they found the antidote to all of the horrible things smoking does to you, I would pick it up again in like 2 seconds. Totally. But don't smoke. Please don't smoke. Whatever you do, just don't start.
No, smoking's disgusting. And this is coming from two people who really want to smoke.
Like, if I had one on me right now,
yeah,
I would smoke it for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Besides Taylor Allison Swift, who's a creator
middle name?
Or artist that's... Yes, of course. I do my research, say Jack.
Of course her middle name is Allison. Of course it is.
Tell me about Allison. Tell me about Allison. Who's Allison?
I don't know any Allisons. It's just like, it's... listen, I'm sorry if your name is Allison. But like, Allison as a middle name is like the most boring thing in the world. Like, even though in our generation it was like Marie, Lynn, and there's probably Elizabeth. Those are the greatest hits of like girls born in the 1980s. But like, Allison, really?
Allison is not worse than friggin' Marie.
It's not worse. It's just, it doesn't flow with anything.
You don't flow with anything. I love all the Allisons out there.
I love Allisons.
You guys rule.
I said Allison as a middle name, by the way, not as a first name. Listen, Elvis Costello.
Don't try to backtrack now.
Elvis Costello did not sing about Allison because all Allisons are bad. I'm just saying Allison as a middle name, kind of weird. And anyway, go ahead. Give me your question. Let's hit the question. Let's hit the actual question.
Besides Taylor Allison Swift, who's a creator or artist that's incredibly famous that you just don't get?
Oh, God, there's so many.
Your most controversial. Give me like your top 3 then.
Katy Perry, don't get it. I don't really get anybody, to be completely honest with you. I like most of the time. First of all, I'm at the age where I don't know who anybody is anymore. Where I'm like, like I can watch an award show and be like, who the fuck are any of these people? I know her. I know her, and I don't know anybody. I know them all. Yeah, not me. I'm lost. I don't want to say this name because I haven't listened enough yet. I just don't get it yet. This isn't like I don't get it. It's like I just don't get it yet because I haven't dipped my toes into the lake of this person's body of work to really to know. But Olivia Rodrigo, I haven't listened to again. I just don't get it yet. I haven't experienced enough of it to get it.
Excuse me. No. What do you mean you don't get it yet? When she came out with driver's license first, and good for you. That's all you need. Period.
Okay. Well, here's the thing about driver's license. I hate songs that start with vocals. And that's
such
across the board. And again, I'm not saying I don't like Olivia Rodrigo. I'm just saying like I don't get it because I haven't listened beyond like literally the first line of Driver's License, and like I've heard the chorus of Good For You, which I really like. I just haven't explored it yet. Like it took me a while to get to Billie Eilish. And when I got to Billie Eilish, I was like, yes, I'm moving in. Thank you. This is fantastic.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten there yet. That's all. I'm open to it. Just haven't gotten there yet.
I'm upset. Not uncomfortable.
You don't have to be upset. You don't have to be upset. I'm not trashing nobody except people with the
upset.
middle name Allison.
I'm going to flame you all over Twitter.
That's fine. I probably had it coming. Fucking Heidi Gardner from SNL. I don't fucking get that.
I hate her too.
I cannot.
It's her voice. It's the voice says she does. It's the fact that she's got this.
She plays the same fucking
thing every
character.
time. Yeah.
The same fucking thing every time. And everybody sings her fucking
facial
praises.
Expression.
And everybody sings her praises. They're like, fucking Lauren is obsessed with her like he was with Kristen Wiig, which, by the way, she's not the next Kristen Wiig, which somebody said, and I was like, what fucking world? No. There is no versatility there. Even my beloved Martin Short was like, oh, she's brilliant. She's a genius. And I'm like, bitch, where? I love you, but bitch, where? She's not even fucking funny. She is so one note. She does the same fucking, I don't want to like sit here and trash somebody, but like seriously, it drives me.
We should take it down.
But no, here's the thing. I think it frustrates me less because of her performance and more because like I feel like this feels like the dress. This feels like some people are seeing black and blue and other people are seeing white and gold. And I'm like, I'm seeing black and blue and everybody's telling me it's white and gold. And I'm like, I don't see it. I don't understand. I'm sure she's a lovely person. Like I'm not trashing her as a human being, and good for fucking her, man. She's on SNL and she's doing worlds better than I am. But like, I don't get it.
I don't like her either. She irritates me too. I totally know what you're talking about. And the same facial expression, like everything. It's just, I can't deal with it. Yeah.
I feel like I'm being gaslit. Like I feel like I'm looking at one thing and everybody's saying it's funny. And I'm like, where? I don't get it. I don't understand.
You know who I'm obsessed with? I know you haven't watched anything from this or the like recent seasons, but Bowen Yang,
I love Bowen Yang,
the new Chinese guy. He is so fucking funny. I literally watch SNL for him now because every single sketch he's in, he steals it every single time, and he is perfection. I'm obsessed with him.
Did they add him to the full cast this year? Is he just still featured? But is he still featured or is he on the full cast?
He's in the full cast. He's in like every single sketch because they know that he's like napalm.
Brilliant. Oh, he's so funny.
He's so good.
I adore him. Yeah, I definitely big fan of Bowen. He's insanely funny.
And he has a cool name. I like the name Bowen.
I do too. It's super weird that like I haven't watched SNL. Like I watched the Dan Levy episode last season and that was pretty much it. And I haven't watched SNL really since. Which is really weird. I need to watch the Kim Kardashian one.
Sudeikis.
And what was the other one? Sudeikis, yeah.
Sudeikis. You need to watch the Sudeikis one. The Kardashian one is just like fun, but it's not amazing.
It's weird because like I've always like watched SNL. Like there was never a year of my life. Like I've been watching SNL since I was like a toddler. Like when I'd go with my dad on the weekends, we would watch SNL at night. Like I've always loved SNL. And I just like lost interest in the past like season or two. And I don't know if it was like burnout from like the like all the political stuff of like Trump and all that. Or if it's I'm sorry, what?
It wasn't great. It wasn't great.
I was like, I thought you were like, no, it's not that. I was like, wait, what? How do you?
No. Like you don't need to justify it. Like they were not great. I think they even kind of like.
But like I've worked through those seasons before, you know, like I've been through like you know, you get the ebb and flow of casts and writers and all that. And I just kind of really lost interest.
Back then it was like you know, things are so much different now. Like we all have zero attention span now. So like if you slightly lost interest, it's like so much easier to just stop. Like I used to be that person. I would be like forced to watch like at a girlfriend's house or something, like 2 episodes like from some TV show. And I was that person, whether I wanted to watch it or not, I would have to watch it because I needed to know how it ended. Now, do not care.
See, I'm like somebody who, like, if there's something like, and I don't want to watch it, I'm like, no, I'm going to go home. Like, I hate that about myself. It's such a closed off thing where it's like, even like, I don't even watch new things often because I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't feel like it. I don't want to. I can't absorb anything new right now. Like,
well, yeah, that's the thing is Derek's always like, oh, we need to watch this new show. Oh, we should start this new show. And we're already watching like, you know, like, oh, our 2 shows, you know, and I'm just like, I can't handle that. Like we need to like focus on one thing at a time and then move on to the next.
Yeah. Yeah. And it takes me like a year. Like me keeping up with Only Murders in the Building was like an incredible thing. Like I haven't like stuck with a show, especially like weekly, episodically, like in a really long time. Like the last I did finish Schitt's Creek when I had COVID last year, so I guess that was as close as that got. But that was just me like laying in my bed like crying because I had a fever, and then like also because Schitt's Creek makes me cry.
What is your death row last meal and what put you there?
Real talk. I've thought about this before.
Oh.
Because it's inevitable. Would be Cracker Barrel's fried tenders with but their old recipe from like 10 years ago with like their steak fries and ranch dressing. That's really it. That's all I really need. And like a really, really cold Coke. And what put me there?
So
murdering somebody who changed the recipe of their chicken. That's what put me there. Cold blood.
Oh, wow. So that last meal is actually like a huge burn on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. But you know what's so funny about that?
What?
So the clip I posted of us on Twitter talking about the zombie, and I said that they would meet on eHarmony, and you laughed so hard, and when we had to re-record, I was like, yeah, just ask me it again. I came up with another answer that I think will make you laugh. And I was going to say fucking Cracker Barrel. I've never been to a Cracker Barrel. I know nothing about Cracker Barrel. I just thought it was funny. But the fact that he could, but it's funny because he could, in reality, potentially meet you at a Cracker Barrel because you fucking love Cracker Barrel.
I didn't say I fucking love Cracker Barrel. I like that meal from Cracker Barrel. I don't partake in, I don't dabble in Cracker Barrel anymore. I worked there as a teenager.
Oh.
It was
even
awful.
More kismet.
It was awful, by the way.
You're totally going to meet that zombie at fucking Cracker Barrel.
Listen, I don't even want to meet an acquaintance at Cracker Barrel. I don't even want to meet the wait staff at a Cracker Barrel. Like, no thank you. No offense if you work at Cracker Barrel. I get it. I worked there once. Oh my god. Fucking
like Jim Gaffigan when he goes to McDonald's and he's like, oh, Jim, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm just here to use the ATM. I'm meeting a hooker. Like anything but admit that you're at Cracker Barrel for Cracker Barrel.
Listen, they have good pancakes. I'll give them that. The food's decent. Like, it's okay. But, like, their old chicken tender recipe is just phenomenal.
Guys, by the way, I don't know if it's obvious or not, but I am quite high and have been for many minutes. And yeah, I just wanted to put that out there in case you're like, oh, wow, you know, Nayli not only sounds crazy, but is like rambling like a banshee. It's the highness.
You're actually perfectly fine.
Oh, good. I love it.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good. Okay, so you are living in an existence where your television is on at all times, but it's only playing 3 movies until the day you die. What 3 movies are playing on the TV?
Oh my God. Okay. See, that's a good question because I wouldn't necessarily choose my favorite movies. I would choose like my comfort movies, right? Because you're there forever.
Sure. Yeah. House of 1,000 Corpses.
Yeah.
Sophie's Choice. And
One of them I weirdly think is Misery.
I get it. I have one. That would be Silence of the Lambs for me. That's like my...
Oh, that's another good one.
That's a good one.
Did you ever do that? Were you that like psychotic kid like me where like I'd be like 10 years old, like up until I was like, I don't know, 17 years old, like falling asleep to horror movies every night, like on your little TV? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if I would pick Misery or Seven because those are like my wild comfort movies. And then it would be like, it would have to be something like 13 Going on 30 or, I don't know.
How great is Jennifer
Legally
Garner?
Blonde. She's
Legally
so
Blonde.
great. She has the best smile in the history of smiles.
She is the cutest thing ever. She is so sweet and delightful. Did you ever watch Alias?
No, I never got into Alias.
I feel like Alias is a show that so many people slept on. And it came out, it was a J.J. Abrams show, and it came out right before Lost, and then Lost fucking took off. But, like, Alias was such a fun mind fuck of a show that, like, literally every episode, every week was a cliffhanger. It was like you had to watch the episode before to understand anything that was happening in the next one. And it was so much fun to watch, and she was so fucking good in it. She, like, wore every goddamn costume and every goddamn wig, and she was doing, like, a lot of her own stunts and, like, a lot of like combat and martial arts and shit. Like, she was incredible in that show. It was so good. It's just one of my all-time faves. Yeah, no, sorry, I needed an Alias.
But it had like a big cult following, right? And wasn't it on for like, it was on for like a few seasons, right?
Oh yeah, I think it has 6 or 7 seasons, something like that.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Why do you think that people slept on it then?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think. I think like it had a following, but I don't think it was like it wasn't as big as Lost, because I feel like once Lost came on the air, it was like, oh, what the fuck is Alias? Like, because then everybody knew of Lost instead of Alias. So I think it just kind of got put on the back burner, I guess, is a better way to put it.
Yeah, I never got into Lost.
I didn't either. I've never seen an episode.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I watched like up to 3 seasons of it. And like, I remember parts very vividly, but like, I just don't fucking care. Like, I gave it a real go, but like, no.
Yeah. Alias good though. And it had Canada's own Victor Garber in it, which I always appreciate.
Michael Vartan was in it too. And I loved Michael Vartan.
He was. Mm-hmm. He aged weird. He's one of those guys that has such a baby face, and then like when they age, it's like, whoa, you look different now.
Michael Weatherly is so fucking hot. Remember when he dated Jessica Alba? Oh my god, they were just like the hottest couple ever.
Oh, Jessica Alba.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok from her the other day, and she looks exactly the same. Like, it's insulting.
Really? She's so beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
She's in Never Been Kissed. I love Never Been Kissed, by the way.
Me too. That's one of my favorites.
It's such a good movie. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I mean, the cast in that is outrageously good.
It's so good. I love it so much.
Like, of course, Drew Barrymore, Michael Vartan, fucking Gary Marshall,
Molly Shannon,
John C. Reilly.
Oh, Gary Marshall is the best in fucking Never Been Kissed. Like, oh my God, I love him.
Jose. That makes me laugh every fucking time. Oh my God. Jessica Alba and who the fuck were the other bitch? Oh, fuck it. Okay, can we talk about Lily Sobieski for a hot second? Because where did she go?
Let's do it.
I love her.
I don't know.
She
just kind of disappeared like a thief in the night.
Yeah. She's...
when I was... Because I've always been into like horror movies and like gory movies. And like when I was a teenager, like I fucking loved Candyman and Glass House. Yes, Diane Lane. I loved it so much.
Yes.
I miss her.
For real.
I think she just like morphed into Helen Hunt because Helen Hunt went away for a while.
They look the same.
Helen Hunt went away. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So like Helen Hunt went away for a long time and now she's just mysteriously back. Ooh, I thought you retired, Helen. It's fucking Lily.
Oil halftime.
Yep. What movie or artist do you think is criminally underrated?
Movie or artist? Oh, movie would be my favorite. It would be Ghost World, but I like it that way.
I don't think that Ghost World is underrated. I think it's got like a massive following.
I think it has a cult following. I don't think it has a massive following.
I disagree. But fine. I guess that's a good one.
Thanks.
Mine is and this person, like, they're a very, very popular, successful, like, universally loved performer. But I think that Bruno Mars, despite being so popular, I still think he's so fucking criminally underrated. Like, he is so good and he gets slept on so hard.
Okay, here's the thing. I've tried, like, I sat down one night and I was just, like, listening to, like, things that were not, like, radio hits from Bruno Mars. And I didn't like a lot of it. Which I was surprised by because I love Bruno Mars. Otherwise, like, everything that Bruno Mars has ever really put out, I've loved. And I was just kind of like underwhelmed by the rest. Like, it was fine, but it was just like,
Did you ever see him do Valerie, his tribute to Amy Winehouse?
No, but I would love
Watch that one. Yeah, watch that one. And then tell me if you still feel the same.
Okay, I will. I'll give it a fair shot. I want to like Bruno Mars.
I used to sing that one song, one of his first ones, Just the Way You Are. Mm-hmm. I used to sing that to my son all the time when he was little because he just loved that song. And it'd always be me like screaming that song at the top of my lungs every night before bed for his enjoyment.
That's so sweet.
I love it.
That's so
sweet. And also his first one of his first few words, he was hardly speaking at all. But remember that Locked Out of Heaven song where it's like, da, 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 oof. He loved that fucking song too. And like, oof was the first thing he started doing along with the song every time.
That's funny.
I love it so much.
That's my kids with John Mayer's New Light. My kids fucking loved the shit out of that song. They still do.
Oh, that's awesome.
They call it Dance. And they're like, put on Dance. And I'm like, okay. It's like their absolute favorite.
What's something about yourself that you feel like would surprise the public?
I don't stare at people for a prolonged amount of time with a disapproving look on my face with great regularity.
First of all, I don't believe that. Second of all, that's a cop-out.
I don't know. I guess I'm really boring. I mean, I figured you could probably gather that from this podcast, but like, I really would say like I'm a categorically like very boring person. Like, I just don't do anything interesting and my world is very small. And like, I haven't always been this way. Like, I guess Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe the surprising thing is that, like, in my 20s, I was like an absolute drunk mess all the time, and like like a party animal.
Yeah, we remember the penis story.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so, like, I feel like I've lived like so many lives at this point. But yeah, I'm really just kind of boring. Like, the most offensive question like people ask are like, what do you do for fun? I'm like, I don't know. I like sit in my room and space out. I don't know. Nothing. I do my dishes. Like, my world is so small. Like, I tweeted the other day where I was like, oh my god, my kids are going to be at their dad's for New Year's Eve, so like I could go out, or I could sit on my couch with nachos and like just get blackout drunk by myself. Like, just not go anywhere.
Here's the thing about like New Year's Eve when you're in your 30s, okay? You get real excited about the prospect of New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You wake up early, you spend 6 hours getting the hottest you've ever been in your entire life. Then you finally go out. You're there for 35 minutes before you would kill someone if it meant that you got to go home and lay on the couch in your jammies.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I think I'm like gonna go for like a nice dinner, and then I'm just gonna like come back here and just have a few glasses of champagne, maybe fall asleep by 9. You know, we'll see what happens. See where the night takes us. But like,
maybe we'll be watching something that'll be out on New Year's Eve.
Maybe. Inquiring minds, specifically Americans, want to know, what's the best part about being Canadian?
The best part of it, well, I would say, obviously, like free healthcare. You know, just the overall beauty. Like, BC is I've been all over the world, and BC is so fucking gorgeous. Like, it's beautiful. So I love it here. You know, the air is so clean, and it's lovely.
I'm so jealous. Yeah. I know, it's so gross here.
But like, we have plenty of issues too, right? Like, if people paint Canada like it's like, ooh, this like perfect, amazing like place, and America's so gross. Like, Canada has plenty of fucking issues. Like,
yeah, true.
There are assholes everywhere. It doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah, but they're just like, they run rampant here. That's the difference. I've been nowhere. I've been to most of the lower 48, but like the Bahamas is like as far as I've gone otherwise. So I haven't been anywhere.
The farthest I've ever been is Australia. I mean, that's pretty fucking far.
Yeah,
I really want to go to Japan next, but I'm like dreading that airplane ride.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I'd have to be sedated. Like, there's no fucking way. I would go into like existential crisis mode, like real quick.
I'm a really bad flyer. Like, I don't like flying. I get very anxious and very stressed out. And so I went to my doctor and I was like, hey, I'm going to Australia. Can I just get like something that will like knock me on my butt for the plane ride there and the plane ride back? Like, that's all I need. And she gave it to me and she was like, okay, maybe just try half first. And so the day came. I got on the plane and we took off, and I ate half of a pill and put on, I remember it was that Alice in Wonderland remake with Johnny Depp. Saw 3 seconds of it and woke up 17 hours later.
Wow.
We were like an hour or so away, and like, she told me it was strong, but I think it was just, if I recall, it was like Ativan or something. But like, something about that just like knocked me on my ass. And now at friggin' 34, all I want to do is like go get a prescription so I could sleep at night.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
God, it was crazy.
What's something that you love that not only other people don't like, but like it pisses you off that they don't like it specifically?
Oh, I have an answer, but like it's a super fucking nerdy answer.
Good.
Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it makes you mad that other people don't like that?
Yeah, because it's just the are you really going to make me explain this? Because such a nerd.
Yeah. So what?
Okay. Because it's so stupid. Like, it was Star Wars. They could have cast anybody they wanted to. They had their pick. Anyone would have been in that movie. But the way that Hayden portrayed Anakin is exactly what they wanted. And he gave them exactly how they wanted that character to be portrayed. So to blame it on the actor, I feel, is just absolutely unfair and ludicrous. And I also thought he was excellent.
I was always like indifferent. I wasn't mad about it. I didn't mind it. So
I just think it's so stupid, like that you can't get your head around the logic of it and why he was chosen and why he was cast. It's the same people that cry about Adam Driver being like fucking emo. It's like, well, you know, that's what they wanted. Adam Driver's fucking amazing.
The comparison in my head was like getting mad, like in terms of like getting mad at an actor for being chosen for a role. It was like I thought about well, that was the point you were making. It was like don't be pissed at him because he got cast. Was like Rebecca Black, her song Friday. Like you know that girl's parents just had like some money and had friends and recorded a fun song for her. Like, why are you so mad at this? You know, she was what, like 14? Yeah. Like, why are you so angry?
14.
Can we talk about like a girl triumphing over like getting hated on? Because like, holy shit,
she is killing it.
I love Rebecca Black.
She is so fucking cool.
She came out last year or this year or some shit. She is like actually very talented. She used to do this series on her channel where she would like give like go through like what song she was listening to that month. I found so much music that I really like through Rebecca Black. I adore her. And like the fact that she got bullied that hard and continued to make content and like actually really get better at it and like make really excellent quality music. Love that.
Yeah, and she's just such a badass. Like she's just so cool.
And so like she's just so cool is a great word. She's so casual and confident and I love her. I just love Rebecca Black.
Me too. I agree. Hey Becky.
So we heard you came out, Becca. What's up? She's adorable, though. All for it.
She is super adorable.
Is there a movie that either ended differently than you wanted it to, or like you were just dissatisfied with the ending? Or is there a movie that had an alternate ending that was better than the one that they kept that you know of?
The ending of The Devil's Advocate should have ended the second that, trigger warning, suicide, Keanu Reeves shot himself in the head. It should have gone to black. That should have been the end of the movie. At the time, I haven't watched it in years, but at the time I really liked that movie. But there is nothing more than I hate in a movie like that with that, it was all a dream cop out. Like that would have ended it in such a cool way. And instead they just made it lame.
Okay. Interesting.
What's yours?
Well, the one for just the way the movie ended, like, did you know in the book for the movie, well, not the book for the movie, but the book Hannibal, the the Hannibal Lecter and like Clarice like get together.
Yeah.
That's how it ends. And it really doesn't end like that at all in the movie. Yeah. I think it would have been an interesting way to actually end the movie as well.
I agree. Super like creepy and awesome.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And then I think for an alternate ending, there's an alternate ending to the first Paranormal Activity movie that like still gives me chills when I think about it. So like the theatrical ending is just like at the, if you've never seen Paranormal Activity, bitch is haunted. And she's like I believe the theatrical ending, she murders her boyfriend. Yeah. And the police come. I don't even remember how it ends, to be honest with you. But anyway, there's an alternate ending.
Don't they shoot her?
I think so. I think because there's 3 endings. One of them is they shoot her. The other one, I don't remember. I think the other one, it just ends at her killing him, and then she gets all demon face into the camera. But there was a third alternate ending where, she kills him or whatever, and she just like walks so slowly into the room with the knife still in her hand, and she just walks all the way up to the camera. And another trigger warning for suicide, she slits her own throat, and that's the end of the movie.
I remember seeing that. I remember downloading it on LimeWire.
Old person check.
Yeah, I totally remember that one. I agree.
It just fucking chills. Just because like it was just like eye contact because she got so uncomfortably close, and it was so fucking like unsettling.
Like the scene in Hereditary. It's the eye contact that fucking does it.
Fucking Hereditary. Hereditary is one of those movies I loved it too, but it was marketed wrong. It was marketed all wrong.
I think it was marketed. See, here's the thing: is it was marketed in such a way where it looked like Derek was like, "Oh, I'm going to enjoy this so much. This looks dope." And he got there and he hated it. He doesn't like that kind of like, like Norman Polanski, like old kind of, just filmmaking, that old horror trope. And he hated it, but the trailer made him want to like it. Yeah. So I think they were trying to appeal to more people like Derek who don't want to go watch a like, I don't know, like a different kind of horror genre. You know what I mean?
Yep. 100%. 100%. Yeah. And I would have seen it either way, but yeah, I saw it that way too, where I was like, oh, this looks like another like, spooky jump scares, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, I wasn't anticipating any of this.
Yeah, but I felt the same way about Suspiria. Like I love Suspiria, but like watching the remake, I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, Suspiria.
Well, even movies like Stepmom is one that sticks out in my mind. That was totally marketed as just like a family dramedy, not like mom gets cancer. Like it was like, and we saw it on Christmas Day. I saw it with my dad and my stepmom, and my grandmother had just passed away from cancer like 3 days prior. And it was like,
oh my God.
Okay, would have loved to have known that this was going to be the subject matter of this movie.
God.
It was so rough.
Yeah, I remember that movie was really intense. I'm not a big like movie crier. Like not a lot of things like affect me emotionally. There's like a couple things, but like I'm not a big like crier when I watch movies. And I remember being in my teens because I didn't see that movie until like way later in life. And then I feel like I was at my parents' for like Thanksgiving or something, and it was on like TBS. And so I was watching it, and that fucking scene at the end when the two moms are like crying and talking to each other. Like I remember that. I remember nothing else about the movie. I just remember that scene, and I like that was fucking horrible.
It's a really good movie if you know what you're watching. Like,
yeah, Jesus.
Really well, I was excited to see it because like my dad had just gotten remarried, and I fucking hated my stepmother, and it was like, this is actually very pertinent to my life and relatable. And I'm really close with my mom, and then like the mom gets cancer, and then it's like, okay, this is too relatable. You know, not my mom, but thank God, but like my grandmother, and like it was just nuts. Like, please market your movies better.
You know what the absolute the most egregious one was? Mm-hmm. Remember Drive with Ryan Gosling? Mm-hmm. It was marketed as a very like action packed, like like a John Wick kind of action movie with Ryan Gosling. Got to the theater, like the most art house fucking movie ever. Just I remember seeing it and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. But like just being around a bunch of pissed off bros who like wanted to come and see like Die Hard.
Oh, I love that for them though.
That one was so misleading.
What is one profession that, like, let's just say you have the time and the resources to go and study and do anything you want to do. What is one profession you would never, ever, ever want to do?
Oh, one profession I would never, ever. And anything that involved being on a ship. Like, not like... What?
I don't know. Like, it was just not what I was at all what I was expecting. It was so good. So pirate is out. Ship captain is out.
Well, like cruise directors and like, you know, yacht dealers and like stuff, like any kind of boat, like fishermen. Because I am absolutely terrified of the ocean, and that would be my nightmare. Like taking me on a nice cruise would literally give me PTSD.
Like you can go on bodies of water that are not the ocean, though.
Yeah, lakes freak me out too.
Okay, I won't judge you for that. I get it.
So yeah, I'm not going to be a cruise director or a yacht driver.
I really had you pegged for pirate / cruise director. You're not going to be
What about you?
You're not going to be performing any shows on any cruise ships in the near future. What were those?
It's not going to be me and Olivia Newton-John cutting it up on the Lido deck. Like, it's not happening.
What were they called on SNL? It was Jan Hooks and who was it? Nora Dunn. And they were like the Sweetie Sisters. Does that sound right? I don't know. 80s SNL. I don't know. But they used to do like shows on a cruise ship. For me, it would be anything medical. I have so sincere, and I'm not feeling, oh my God, and here's the part where we salute the troops. It's like I really genuinely have so much respect for like people in the medical profession, because like I could never, like if you had like if I had to manage like an emergency room, I would just like shrivel up and die. Like I couldn't. Yeah. I'm such a little bitch when it comes to like medical things, and I think it's because I don't have insurance and I was never really able to go to the doctor. Maybe I've just never been around medical things. I get confused when I'm in the doctor's office. Is this where you hit me, or like is this where do I have to say the rosary? Is this like church? I don't get it. Like I don't understand how medical things work. But medical for me. Uncomfy.
Yeah, that would suck too. Yeah, that would really, really suck.
I want the job where like you hold the construction sign, like on one side it says slow and on the other side it says stop.
Yeah,
you just turn that shit around. Like I want that job.
Dude, they make so much money though.
So much money.
Like crazy money.
So much money. Flipping a sign. I mean, I know there's more risk involved in that, and I'm sure they have other duties, but like.
It's hot or it snows.
Exactly.
Like, they definitely deserve it. But like, that's like, it's everyone like makes fun of that job. And it's like, if someone was like, hey, you want to come be a dude buddy for a day? I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Right. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
I'm actually pretty comfortable. How are
I feel
you?
pretty comfortable too. I could use a shower. I'm pretty gross,
Yeah.
but like other than that, like pretty comfortable.
Yeah. Full disclosure, guys, our energy will pick up on the next podcast. We filmed a podcast 3 days ago for over 3 hours, and it was exhausting. And none of it was usable because I was very drunk and screaming into the mic.
I want like a compilation of me being like,
yeah,
screaming, like, why are you yelling? And like all the times you scared the shit out of me because you just out of nowhere started like yelling in my ear.
Yeah, so we had to scramble, and now we're trying to get this out as quickly as possible. When it's late there, it's late here, and I have to edit this and put it all together and upload it tonight. So we're gonna go.
Yeah,
but we'll see you next Monday with much higher energy and
more structure.
Yes, much more structure.
Less alcohol for me.
Bye, guys.
Bye.